We have more RBY Invitational right away following Oakdale's upsets of ABR. We have Nails versus Kenix, Don Eduardo Carapinga, whatever you want to say. I will probably just refer to him as Kenix for the purposes of this. Going up against Nails. And I mean, I'm hyped up. Let's see what we have in store. I mean, after last year, or after last match's banger. This is our first Tier 2 versus Tier 2 matchup. So no immediates, I would say, favoritism here. Like, tier 2 players and inherently favoring against another tier 2 player as opposed to the previous matches. But our predictions are saying, as we pull them up, Nails 5, Don Eduardo 21. So very similar, actually, to the last two previous. So the people think that ABR over Octeon is basically the same as Kenix over Nails, which, I mean, given the current state of affairs, might honestly not be too unreasonable. Nails, one of the best Pokemon players of all time. When you combine his VGC, doubles, RBY, like Little Cup, RU, accomplishments. I mean, this dude is like top 10 in championship points for VGC of like 4 total years, including being number 1 in like 2017 or something absurd like that. Second most SPL wins in RBY ever, only behind Troller. One of 3 players to accumulate 20 wins over 3 SPLs. One of like 4 players to beat Troller multiple times in SPL. Got 3rd in the first ever RBI Invitational. So historically, truly absurd player. Well, Kenix is a lot newer to the tier, like a Zoomer. Went 6-3 in SPL 15, where they actually dueled and Kenix won against Nails a few years ago. But I'd say Kenix is overall one of the best players on the site, no matter what tier. I think he played GSC last SPL, did really well. Played Gen 9 UU in the last SCL, did really well. And so when he locks in, I think he's like extraordinarily good. And so if he's like very actively trying, things like that, I think he definitely could win the entire tournament. And we see Nails. So with Nails, he for a few years when he was really dominant in the SPL, he would rotate through like the same 6 teams and just win. And he seemingly has that team. I mean, he has Starmie and he's got a Jolteon. Uh, so we'll see. I'm actually not sure because his most famous team was Jinx My Jolteon with Ice Beam Lax, but that of course had a Jinx lead. Maybe he's just got a Jolteon because he likes Jolteon. Who knows? But we'll see. Nails, I think, at his peak when he is able to use teams, he's like when he is practicing and he's using his timer. I think he's one of the best Pokemon players, no matter regardless of the tier. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing that in this tournament. I know he's focused on VGC Worlds and such, and it's just not invested in RBY at this time. But of course, I had to invite him. I mean, he's Nails. He's going to get invited every year that he wants to be for a chance to win a lot of money. So we'll see what he's going to bring. I don't think, off the top of my head, I'm not sure if he had a Starmie X Jolteon team. So maybe this is something brand new, but still using the Jolteon Flare, while Eduardo, Carapinga, Kenix has Jinx Executor so far. I wonder if we're going to see a Gengar. I mean, given what we saw last game. Or last set, more so accurately. So we'll see. I think Jolteons these days more so uses like a lead with Pin Missile, and like you love to have Pin Missile right now. But I'm pretty sure Nails is going to have Rest, considering he didn't use Pin Missile last turn. Or I guess he Thunder Wave, so that makes sense. But Pin Missile here would go crazy if it actually like hits multiple times, maybe crits, things like that. He's just gonna Thunderbolt again, so I assume he wants to sleep his Jolteon. But I don't think Kenix is gonna want to do that because Jolteon just kind of sucks. Yeah, he's gonna go to Starmie, and here we see Jinx. So I wonder if we just go back to Jolteon, or if like Kenix tries to Blizzard. So there's some mind games here. I wonder if like ABR is saying Nails in his element. I think maybe he does. My Clay Jolt was one of his teams. I truly can't actually remember. Oh, but he gets frozen on the first Blizzard. So he does make the correct play in staying in on Jinx, but does get frozen. Not great. Not great so far. So we'll see. Now, obviously not great. I mean, especially if it's Cloyster. You can't. I don't want to even go to Cloyster here. I guess you can go to Chansey now, knowing you can't get frozen, but like something still needs to be slept. Yeah, I think, and Amrith agrees. So I think he must have had a Starmie Cloyster Jolteon team, but I can't remember off the top of my head. but still in the Nails element, I think makes sense. I mean, he is taking his timer. I will say that's something I really appreciate about Nails is unlike a lot of other RBY players, he really does. He takes his timer and he thinks through every move. It makes it a lot easier to commentate, so I really appreciate it. And so yeah, I think for Nails to get out of this, it's gonna have to start with Jolteon being slumped, almost certainly, and he's gonna have to play basically like 4-on-6, which is not great, obviously. I guess he could get down. Let's say he gets down to 4-4, where sleeps Jolteon, KOs the Jakes, and sleeps something else as his Chansey. Would be ideal, right? He's gonna go straight to Lax on Lovely Kiss and does get slept. Go straight to Tauros. This one not looking great. I mean, here comes the Cloyster. It's gonna get crit immediately. I also think like something I noticed when playing with Nails is I think he definitely does struggle against players like Kenix, Serpy, Chuva, who are just so aggressive all the time. Basically, like they are making aggressive plays, they are punishing advantages when they can. Well, Nails tries to spam a lot of like minimally punishable moves, plays it a lot safer, and I think like players like Kenix, the Circuit 3 are really just good at punishing that. And like last year we saw like Blazing Dark load up direct counter teams to Nails, and even though I don't think Kenix is necessarily doing that, like just the way he plays, it's really challenging. He's gonna miss a clamp, which is not ideal. I guess like there is a Jolteon, so I guess Jolteon Awake is hype for this, and it does have rest, so I guess there is that. As we see Chansey come in, I mean, I guess like you KO Jakes, you sleep something else, but of course like there's a paralyzing Executor which can just explode. Is that an RBY live tour or it's RBY Invitational? No games. Does get one seismic toss off here. I assume we'll see a Tauros here, but I know like Nails is someone who taught me a lot of RBY, and something that he really put into my head is like you can't risk like Tauros. You can't lose Tauros HP at all, and because you need Tauros to the other Tauros right here. So I assume we'd see like a lot of other players, including probably myself at this point, go to Tauros at that point, but not Nails, right? So it's just I think Nails, if he ever wanted to return to like peak in RBY, he would really need to reinvent his game and practice with not only new teams but also new playstyle, which I don't think he really wants to do. I mean, he's got a lot of other things to do with his life, but it's definitely challenging. He's gonna lose a Starmie. I assume we've seen Cloyster here. He's gonna Blizzard, get a big crit. I mean, Cloyster into Jinx. Egg Zap, pretty fire. I mean, what is... I mean, if Kenix goes to his Chansey, it gets frozen. I mean, we could see something. People are hyping up Octeon in the chat. I love to see it after his win against ABR. It's gonna slim again. I mean, if this Hyper Beams and KOs the Cloyster, yeah. There we go. I mean, it's very challenging. I don't really see how Nails is gonna take this one. And it's Gengar last. And we'll see if Nails even has Earthquake on his Tauros. I mean, Gengar and Nails, it's like free money. I mean, everyone loves doing it. Yeah, it's just gonna have to Blizzard. Does he get a freeze? No. He's gonna get Psychics. This one does seem over. Oh, he is gonna Earthquake and he gets crit! So, alright, there we go. There's one. There's something. Maybe expecting a Zapdos there? Or, I don't know. I guess I guess expecting Zapdos there makes sense. Here comes Tauros. Now, if you are just watching this and you're like, what the fuck, Nails sucks. First of all, you shouldn't think that. But second of all, I really urge you to like read Nails' introduction from this past year. Look at the all-time RBY record sheets, things like that. Like, Nails is just an absurd player. and like good friend. I've met him at a VGC regional and everything, so I can't say enough good things about Nails. And now I mean Gengar is done for. I mean, if Snorlax wakes up, has a Jolteon for the Zapdos. Get a bit lucky with Executor Para. Snorlax basically dead. Jinx dead. I mean, it's 3-on 3. Of course, this Tauros looks pretty dangerous. I mean, like, you go to Lax and you wake up immediately. Or you get a crit and put this into Jolteon range. It could be Jolteon time. I mean, that's all I'm saying. So I think this game is definitely not over. After that, Earthquake crit. I mean, obviously you'd love to not have taken that Psychic. But, I mean, you do love getting the crit. He's gonna Body Slam, no crit. He's gonna Body Slam, no crit, but it is now in Hyper Beam range. Complex situation. Everything remains to be done for both players from Kennex, or from Oaktown. Oh, gets into Chansey on the Hyper Beam, but gets crit and dies. So not looking great here, I will say. Because like if Chansey survived, like you Thunder Wave the Tauros in theory. Not great. I mean, how do we, like, it looks tough. Like, you go to Lax and you hope you immediately wake up. You go to Tauros and hope you crit. You go to Jolteon and hope you Para. I mean, everything basically involves getting lucky at this point. I guess, like, you Thunderbolt this and put it in the Tauros range, but... I mean, Pin Missile here would go fucking crazy. If Nails clicks Pin Missile, which I don't think he has, I will scream. But I don't see that happening. I really hope my audio should be working, so that's good. I always get scared. I should have just done these as one stream. Oh, actually, that's what I'll just combine the two. Genius. Oh my goodness. How do I do it? How do I do it? I'll see. I'll have to remember how to do that. But I think that makes sense, considering both were like 10 minutes long. I mean, we still have another game after this, so maybe I'll just upload them separately. Actually, that's the most editing I'm gonna do. If somebody wants to make me thumbnails, though, reach out to me. I do like seeing nails go down to 20 seconds. I mean, as opposed to all these zoomer RBYs, we click, click, click. I like it. Doesn't get a full pair there. Not gonna wake up. No crit, no split F drop. Really needs to wake up. And then not gonna wake. Does get a para. Is not gonna wake. Gets a para. Is not gonna wake. No para. Surely he doesn't get the 6 turns. I mean, he did just double his timer. Or triple. Is gonna wake up. Doesn't get crit, so this Lax will have the opportunity to click one move. Seemingly. I wonder if Kennex just sacks his Lax here and then revenges. I think that would probably make the most sense. Yeah. As Nails, just Body Slam. That brings in the Tauros. I guess here... just sack this. Go to Jolteon. Because Executor should be in range of Tauros. Or it's 48% odds, not counting miss or crit. So, or 49. So I guess you Thunderbolt this into range, and then you hope Tauros kills everything? Well, there's one, so that was cool. It's gonna be Executor. Does seemingly, I guess he's just gonna explode. And then Nails hopes he crits twice. Is the play. Which I guess, I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, Pin Missile, if Nails clicks Pin Missile and KOs Executor, I will scream. I will scream. I will scream. For real Pin right now. Right now. Yes, Pin. There's no way he gets pinned. I guess let's think. So once Nails is just maybe it is just gonna go to Tauros. I think actually unless he has pin missile, which he definitely does not, he is just gonna Thunderbolt. So he gets a crit. He's gonna get psychic. He's gonna spin F drop. So he's gonna need to crit this again. He does not have pin. I wonder if now you go to Tauros now. Or no, you can't. You don't survive psychic. What am I saying? You die every time. So you just crit the Executor or get parried. Or it gets parried. And then I mean if he does, you get a Thunderbolt off on Tauros. Oh, gets the crit but doesn't get the roll and dies. What was that? How much is a Jolteon crit to Executor? Fuck, I hate this auto count thing. Yeah, 23 is like, that's like the min. He got a crit min roll there. So now he is going to have to crit twice, basically. Or freeze this. I mean, even a crit is less than 50% odds to hit. And he has to hit. So he has to hit, he has to crit, and he has to get a roll versus hitting and freezing. I don't know which one is better odds off the top of my head, but neither are great. And then he's going to have to crit the Tauros. No crit. Zapdos KOs, and Kenix will win game 1. Pretty interesting game. I think. I mean, from the beginning, I'm actually pretty shocked he got this close at the very end. So that was interesting, but he's not able to take it. I am probably rooting for Nails. I won't lie. I'm a bit biased as host, but it's okay. So we'll see what he whips out next turn. Or next game. In the meantime, I already talked. Let's look at our next scheduled games. They're all going to be Sunday, apparently. We got nothing. I mean, tomorrow is 4th of July, so I wouldn't expect any Americans to play. That also makes sense why, like, ABR, Nails, XCal, all Americans played early. So on Sunday, this is all EST -4, I believe. 10 a.m., Amaranth Enigami. 2 p.m., Peas Lush. 3:30, Best of 5, Kazalbi. 10 p.m., Narwhal Genesis. And then we have 2 Oceania friendly times, or European maybe. Marco Mine, Monday at 3 a.m., LOL. And then Nicole Diego, Tuesday at 4 a.m., LOL. I will not be there for either of them. And then we still have Septros versus B, Best of 5, Serpy King Bilu, Solwyn Shiloh, Isa M Dragon, Blazing Dark Spies, Larax Larry, and Shuva Seatown, which is also a Best of 5. So pretty hyped tournaments, and then so far in donations, we are at a total of $1,200. So the winner gets $600, which is a lot of dollars, which is pretty hype. I mean, I'd love $600. Last year's, we're still trying to catch last year's donations, which I believe was $1,368.33. So we're about like $150 off. Now we have game 2 of Nails versus Kenix. Oh shit! Well, I missed turn 1, but it was Jinx and Nagar, and Kenix just boomed immediately, which I think makes a lot of sense if you're Kenix and you're playing Nails, and it's just gonna be Starmie. And so, like, I think back in the day, you'd see no backup Sleepguard Jinx teams. Oh, he gets the freeze, but you'd see no backup Sleepguard Jinx teams. So this type of term would make a lot of sense, right? More so now, Jinx teams do, like they're partnered with Executor St. Chansey, so maybe you don't want to, but against Nails you do. And so Kenix successfully did that, but then Nails gets the freeze. So there we go. I don't think Kenix would have a third sleeper, so I mean this looks really great for Nails. I mean it's gonna go up 5-4. I mean if he had sleep, even better. I think this is gonna be the Nails team. It's gotta be. I assume we're gonna see. I mean, I will say, if he does have the Nails team, which is Jinx, Starmie, Jolteon, Chansey, Lax, and then Lax is Ice Beam, Reflect, Amnesia, Rest. If there's one thing it can't beat, it's like back Chansey plus back Starmie, because you need to freeze them to get through, and like you can't freeze two of them. at once. So it's even like Nails got that freeze, but if he is running the Nails team, it's gonna be tough to even still win this game, because how do you get back to Starmie, right? I guess with full pairs is what you do. I mean, he already got his freeze. This is gonna go to Chansey. This I should have pulled up the Nails teams, but I'm not gonna do that. Ace Thunderbolt. I think it's Bolt Beam counter actually from Nails, if I remember correctly. Cyberless Starmie makes sense. This is a very dangerous game from Kenix, I will say. I presume we're gonna see Chansey just Thunderbolt crit this at some point. Or get parried. I do not like this from Kenix. Yep, and there you go, you get crit. I mean, now that down to 3 mons already, Nails has 5. I mean, this is very quickly looking like Nails sweep in game 2 after the very close game 1. He's gonna be right on. I mean, Rhydon actually goes in with both of these Pokemon paralyzed, Starmie not having Surf, presumably maybe a Jolteon last. So I wonder if we just see Nails stay in and click Ice Beam. I mean, he is. Gets parried. Rhydon. Very strange. Core, I will say. That was a really high roll. 57. Only was 59.3 max. It's just gonna sack this Chansey. So yeah, it doesn't really have answers for Rhydon. I presume goes to Starmie and wants to click Blizzard Psychic. Obviously don't want losing the Chansey for free. I remember maybe he goes Lax, and he is just gonna get Tauros. I think makes sense. I don't think he has. I don't think he has the Jolteon and the Snorlax, or at least the he definitely has Snorlax, but I don't think he's the Ice Beam. I don't think he's Nails. I don't think this is the Nails team. That's what I'm saying. Or else, like, I think going Tauros here. Or I don't know. Like, then, because then what is Snorlax doing? I guess really, like Ice Beaming shit. I guess he's saving that for other Snorlax apparently. Because I mean now maybe he is. But would you want to just reflect on this Rhydon? I don't know. A lot of different things. So we'll see. It's just gonna go to Chansey, sack this. I think makes sense. Because if he does have that Snorlax, maybe he wants to set up on the other Lax. Makes more sense. Because now he can freeze. I mean, not necessarily that he has to freeze, because the Starmie is dead. But we'll see. Officially down to 3 Mons versus 4. I mean, that Rhydon did just claim 1 without having to do any work. And the Starmie's paralyzed. So I think Rhydon's still a really big threat. Of course, there's Tauros, and it's going to be Executor. Nails, being paralyzed Starmie is great. I mean, if this reveals Mega Drain, could go crazy. But I think this Starmie should be able to handle both of these Pokemon. But it can't get locked, basically. Nails has got this cool crown. VGC Legend. Well, congratulations. It says open his profile, and it just shows me this. I mean, nothing else? Nothing else? I mean, sure. So we'll see. This Executor. Dawn, you never see. Makes sense with Executor. So no Lax. So it's really Egg-Mai with Rhydon over Lax. Haha! And then, of course, Tauros. He's just going to stay in. So we'll see. As he gets Psychic for a lot of damage. And the Spineftra. Very, very interesting stay-in. Now it goes to Starmie on Psychic. Not sure how much I don't like staying in. There's no reason for really Kenix to double to anything. Potentially get slept. Although I guess it's very unlikely he gets slept. But I guess, yeah. I mean, any sort of Blitz did fucking nothing. And now he's gonna have to recover, so I guess that makes sense, because now it's at least in Tauros range. But yeah, like I was saying before, Starmie in theory holds down the fort. But all it takes is a crit drop into a para here, and then the Starmie's dead. Is gonna get a recover off. In theory, the Starmie should be fine, right? Especially if he gets another recover off here. But it might have to switch at this point. I mean, Psychic is doing upwards of 40% now at this point. 35 to 40. But what do you switch to? Your Jolteon? Let that take a massive Psychic. Your Lax? And then you're gonna go back to Starmie. Maybe you stay in and Thunder Wave, but you really need the Starmie for the Rhydon as well. And you love it for the Tauros. So Starmie, like, it's really funny that Starmie basically, it is Jolteon. But now here there's a Rhydon, of course. So I will say, after looking very, very favorable for Nails early on, I think it's a lot closer to a Kenix. Is going to get a big pair off on the Executor. I do still think Nails is favored, but I think especially with some of the, like, all of Kenix needs like a few full pairs, and the Starmie, the crit, etc. I mean, Nails Tauros is damage, etc. One thing about Kenix not having lax is it less opportunities for Nails' Snorlax to get up and going, you know. I wonder if we see actually lax here, and it clicks with Amnesia. Actually, I guess you just go Tauros. Or you go to Starmie, and you hit Blizzard. You really gotta hit Blizzard here, I'd say. I think Nails hits Blizzard, he's probably fine. Through Para. And then, because if Kenix explodes, it probably kills this. I think also something Nail's not very used to playing with these unorthodox structures where you drop one of the normals. Because it just never happened back in the day, air quotes. It's supposed to be a lot more recent today, obviously. So we'll see. I think Nails just, he clicks Blizzard. He does click Blizzard, he does hit, he doesn't get full pair. Down goes Executor. I assume Rhydon comes in, maybe tries to substitute. It's just going to be Tauros. So we'll see if Nails can get a full, if Nails can get a full pair here. Doesn't get the Thunder Wave off. So this one should be good for Nails. But of course, you never know. Is gets a full para. Is gonna crit. You really need a Psychic off. At least one. Is gonna get that off. Tauros not in range. Is gonna be lax. So I assume here it's gonna reflect. So I think Kenix's chances that in its click Blizzard, it needs to freeze the Snorlax. Is gonna reflect. And now it's gonna start clicking Ice Beam. Is the Nails team gonna win in 2025? The Nails team is about to win in 2025. Let's see. Kenix is gonna need to crit with this Rhydon, like a bunch. A crit does. It's gonna have to crit twice, basically, in like 3 turns to beat this Lux. And Rhydon doesn't really crit. It's slow as fuck. But oh my, I'm gonna have tears in my eyes if Nails is able to pull this off, just for the hilarious. It's gonna Leer, get an Ice Beam. Now with Leer, it's still a 4-hit KO. Ice Beam needs 2 more. Gonna Earthquake, no crits. Ice Beam, no crit, no freeze. Let's see. This Tauros, I guess the Tauros is paralyzed. Kenix still could feasibly win here. Body Slam is still doing fucking nothing. I don't think. Ice Beam crit. Now Body Slam range, not gonna Blizzard. If he froze and then rested, he would need to freeze right now. Is he gonna get it? He does not. And he's gonna lose. Nails. The Nails team has won in the big 2025. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is the funniest thing that's happened in the tournament. No GGs or have fun from Kenix, as we can see. Even though he can't talk, as we know. So, huge win for Nails. The Nails team. 1-0 in 2025, baby. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The game got off to just a fantastic start for him early on, but it is notable. Kenix bringing Gar Egg My with Rhydon over Snorlax, I would say is a pretty strong counter team to this Nails team, right? There's no lax for Nails to get started. There's back Starmie, back Chansey to block the lax. There's Rhydon for Jolteon. There's Gengar for Jinx. Um, and like the gang are even got the explosion off, but that freeze really was the game changer. And then I think that, and then I really like what Kennex is doing with the Starmie, but I guess also he didn't really have any other options after the Chansey got frozen. So that Chansey freeze, I mean, I think with a team like this, like Chansey is really holding everything together. I mean, especially against Bolt Beam Chansey, would be nice Thunderbolt. So really tough once you get frozen. I mean, especially if you just sing that, if you sing the Storm, like if this sig lands, Nails is probably done. But he didn't, and he froze. So there you go. The Nails team has done it against pretty direct counter team, I'd say as well. So we're showing up for Game 3. Very exciting. I think this is the second Game 3 of the tournament after Excalibur Island. Let's see if Nails, another American, can win the set after going down 0-1. And we have two Starmies. No have fun back. We'll see if that comes into play. And then finally I can take a fucking shower after this. I mean, Jesus Christ. Is it gonna go right to the Chansey, as both goes back to the Chansey. And I assume we're gonna click Sing. Kennex is gonna land Sing first, which is big. I wonder if Nails has backup sleeper with a right on. I will say when we prep for Kennex in SPL 15, it was literally just use whatever you want Nails. Maybe it'll be so obvious they don't see it coming, but then that didn't work at all. So it's not like he has prep teams from a previous time he could rely on. It is Cloyster. So whenever it is starting Cloyster Jolteon, gets a slam, a crit arrow immediately. I don't like Cloyster. I think Cloyster just kind of sucks. I guess like if you're using Cloyster in a more offensive role, but I don't know. Like things like this, you get slammed, you get para, now like you gotta rest, and then you gotta bring in Zapdos, shit like that. And I don't think Nails has a secondary sleeper at this point. There's no way he has a Tigator. Like it's definitely I think Jolteon last. So Nails not ready after 4 turns, immediately in a very compromised position after losing that Sing speed tie and then getting crit parried. I assume he's just gonna click rest, honestly. I mean, he might have to. I've been really listening to when I went to what's it called? I went to Raising Cane's for my movie yesterday, and they were playing "Message in a Bottle" Taylor's version, and I was like, "Holy shit, this song's a massive bop!" So I've been listening to that a lot lately. Does get paralyzed. Not great. Now, Kennex in SPL, when he played in SPL 15, he would have the recovery failures nicknames for his Pokemon, I believe. But now it's just Carapinga for the Starmie and nothing else. Just double back to Tauros. S gets Blizzard! No freeze. So big Blizzard by Nails there. I mean, calling out the double, thinking he's going to go back to his Chansey. Huge Blizzard to get the Tauros. It's going to Blizzard again. Are we going to get a freeze? No. Every time an Ice Move is clicked in RBY, especially from Nails, I'm just like, holy shit. I assume, surely now he's going to... I mean, it's also tough. What is he double? Kennex is going to double back again, and he does get it this time on the Chansey, and this does put Nails in a really challenging position. I mean, what's he gonna? I guess he has his lax. It's gonna be lax. I mean, Cloyster compromise. It's gonna be lax. It's tough because can't really do anything. It's Chansey. I'm paralyzed full health. Counts as his own. Might just slam again. I do think if you're Nails and everyone knows what you're running here, like just attack, like throw and counter on your lags, and then fucking hit him with the counter. I think that would be pretty crazy. But I'm not Nails, so what do you know? I do like this slower pace, especially Excalibur Island. I'm like, slow the fuck down, guys. But we have lags. AMC theaters are celebrate your birthday, which is upcoming in 6 days, July 9th. Very exciting. Actually, a week from today. I don't know, a week. I think it's Wednesday. I guess I should check now. I have like 50 emails. I gotta go through 54, which is just fucking awesome. It is. It is on Wednesday. Here comes the Executor. Is gonna get slammed. No para. Very standard team from Kennex so far. I wonder if he does just have right on, which I think would make sense. Probably my most likely, which I guess is not great for the Jolteon. Executor and Rhydon against Jolteon. I mean, that's just another thing with how popular my Egdon has gotten. Not something that Jolteon wants to fight, especially if like you have Executor and Rhydon both awake. But even if Rhydon is, I mean, even if Executor is slept, I mean, rest Jolteon specifically isn't doing shit. Is gonna go back to Chansey. This Chansey is probably gonna have to wake up. If it stays in, it's gonna have to wake up. I wonder if we see a double to Starmie. I think from Nails that would make a lot of sense to be able to click Thunder Wave. It's just gonna back to Lax as Kennex just stay in and Psychics and gets the drop. Now it's gonna have to get out of there. Expecting, I presume, the Tauros. So good play by Kennex there. And gets a crit now and the drop. Is gonna stay and gets another crit and no wake. Which is really tough the last few turns from Nails. I also think this is definitely the type of game Nails does not want to play, where he's guessing every turn, doesn't know what Kennex is gonna do. It's a challenge. I say, as Kennex has been reading him the last few turns very well. Like making these really risky plays. Things like that. But Starmie is in, I guess, we'll get the opportunity to click Thunder Wave on something, in theory. It does get this, which is big. But I mean, Lax compromise, Cloister compromise, not great so far. It's going to stay in Psychic. I presume this does not have Thunderbolts, and it's just trying to Seismic Toss here. Or maybe Thunder Wave. I guess with this, you can also, it's just trying to toss. You can go to Chansey and like try to wake up, and then if you don't, you just sack the Tauros and Starmie sleep blocks, but also damn, I accidentally unplugged my headphones there. I think it's back. Yeah, we're fine. I think what Kennex is trying to do here is S-toss the Starmie down to a point where he can bring in the Tauros, like one more S-toss equivalent. But both this is Nails' game, right? Making sure Starmie is going to be at 100% health, spamming minimally punishable plays, and just clicking Psychic. But we'll see where he goes. I presume at some point he's going to have to bring in the Lags. But now he might be able to do. It is going to be Chansey on a para. Let's see if this wakes up. If you're Kennex, you just go straight Tauros. I guess maybe Nails now doubles to Lax, but Lax is in Tauros range, so it's challenging. Like you double to Cloister. You can double to Cloister and rest actually. It's gonna be Tauros. Is gonna stay in and not gonna wake up. So you just sack the Chansey here. One thinks we know Nails. I mean, very much values his Chansey overall, but I think it's just tough. Nails' back is already against the wall. I guess the one thing going for him is he has some power spread on the Chansey, and the Tauros is in range. Is gonna go straight to Cloister. No crit. This is in Hyper Beam range now. I mean, of course he has to hit, but it's like a 97.4% KO chance. Especially if you're... It's tough. If you're Kennex, or if you're Nails, you're thinking Kennex probably has right on. And you want to keep your Cloister, not necessarily your Jolteon. But also, what if Kennex has Zapdos? Then you don't really want to keep your Cloister, and you want to keep Jolteon. So it's tough. I think you maybe were supposed to just sack the Chansey. When are you going to get an opportunity to wake it up? Right. Now he's going to lose the Cloister and probably just lose the Chansey as well. He's very much running out of switch-ins to Tauros. So, even if Chansey does wake up, which of course is not a guarantee. I guess... So he doubles the Rhydon, so it is Rhydon. As Nails goes to Starmie, presumably on the Hyper Beam. I guess the Rhydon expecting the Chansey, or the Lax, or something. So it is Starmie. Starmie is in. Blizzard Psychic. So does my Egdon. You really want... See, I mean, this is another one, how the beginning of the game just changed everything. Let's say Nails' saying lands On Kenix's Sing, Nails has a chance. He's able to Thunderwave the Starmie. Cloister doesn't get prepared immediately. It's able to go in. So it was very fascinating how this game was just so determined in literally the first 4 turns. I mean, changed everything. I mean, in another life, in another timeline, we see a completely different game where Nails is cruising to a game through victory, or where Kenix is cruising to a game through victory, gets a bit more lucky, things like that. I mean, if Nails gets one of those blizzards off and it freezes, complete game. I mean, if he freezes the Starmie and the Cloister's not paralyzed, game completely changed, right? But it's RBY. So what's Nails gonna do from here? I mean, he gets an opportunity to click Blizzard, I guess, but I this thing, like Kenix can just go into the Chansey, and so if your Nails, like, oh, let's bring the Lex and let's get body slamming, that'd be great. But also the way we've been playing, we don't know if Kenix is just gonna stay in and do whatever. So it is the Chansey as Nails brings in the Tauros, which I guess covers. I'm not completely sure. Maybe he's just going for it. It's like, fuck it, Tauros time. I guess it's a mid ground, as if the Tauros did just Earthquake. Is at least able to get some, like, is able to attack as opposed to if he went lax, he's kind of screwed. So it makes sense. Do we think Nails just goes for it? Just body slams? I can't see Nails just body slamming and hoping for a full para, because even then, you can't really Hyper Beam too well. I mean, you got Starman paralyzed, this, right on, etc. Lax, presumably. As he's gonna have to go to the lax. As he doubles into the lax, I love when the thing just does that. When they're all just switching. So I mean, yeah, just switch. 3 turns of everyone just switching. I mean, we're here. Does Nails have explosion? I think he does. Can he explode on his lax? I mean, this Rhydon's still looking like a major issue. I mean, he's got a Restless Cloister somehow. I guess the big is gonna explode on this Executor. Okay, it's tough. Like you need. I think he really wants. I think that's a net positive for Kenix, definitely. I mean, I think Kenix like that trade. Much rather would have exploded this Storax. Or honestly, the Starmie. Or like the Tauros. The Tauros or the Starmie would have been ideal. Rhydon would have been the worst. Does get the Executor. Not great. Maybe you want to body slam 1 turn to feel things out. And then if you get a para, it's great. But I think Nails is definitely in a challenge position. He's going to have to figure his way out of this one. Without timing out. He's got 30 seconds left. Of course, this assumes Jolteon last. Well, I assume it's got to be an electric. I mean, it could be Alakazam. I mean, if it's Alakazam, maybe we're cooking here. You never know. I think if it's Jolteon, you're probably fucked with this Rhydon. If it's Alakazam, we'll see. Cloister could explode on this Chansey, and then Alakazam is cooking. I'm gonna get so nervous that Nails is gonna fucking time out and lose the game. Oh my god, Nails, click your move. Click your move. Okay, he seemingly clicked his move. Or else we would have seen 5 seconds. I guess I'm gonna have to narrate this timer. Nails has 10. Eduardo Carapinga has 180 seconds left. Nails also, he doesn't time out, but like he's gonna make me work regardless. Do not want to see any of these games end on timeouts for sure. Alright, Snorlax explodes. So down goes Starmie. Probably also favorable for Kenix, if I had to say. Here comes the Tauros. He's gonna stay in. I mean, he's gonna need a Body Slam para here. Doesn't get it. Maybe stays in again and clicks it. Set things up for Alakazam. I mean, it could be Alakazam time, baby. You pair this. Tauros almost in range. I can't pull up an Alakazam, which is fucked up. But I mean, I think he nails his plays. He hopes he's Alakazam. And because I think if it's Jolteon, I'd, probably just too tough. But if it's Alakazam, I mean, you pair this, you explode on this maybe. But he, like, Nails is going to need something here on the Starmie. No pair again. I guess Kenix also doesn't have a great switch in here. Probably just wants to keep clicking recover. Nails is going to need a para. No crits. He does get the paralysis. Okay. So that's something. Game's not over yet. I like Nails in these. I would say Nails in these late game scenarios where he needs to get all these fucking turns right. It's absurd. I think Nails like SPL 14 in those first 4 weeks was one of the most absurd players I've ever seen in my life in terms of these late game shenanigans against Troller, for sure. Against like Serpent Felix, he was insane. That game 3 against Troller was absurd. Is he gonna get any? He's not gonna get anything off, presumably, which is not great. Do you think he saves his Tauros? I don't know. I guess he doesn't really make sense to. It's just gonna have Sactus. He's gonna go his Chansey and hope. As we see, just or Kenix probably just goes to Tauros. It's gonna double to Alakazam on this Tauros. So it is Alakazam. This is not in range at all. Gonna need a crit. But yeah, just go to Chansey. So what's Nails' play here? Cloyster's gonna have to boom this, and he's gonna have to get. He's gonna have to still get really lucky. So I think this is Kenix's game to lose. Definitely Kenix's game to lose. Back to Cloyster. Gonna survive barely, so he's gonna get an explosion off. Which is big. Does he rest? Does he Blizzard? Oh, the Rhydon? This is gonna be a huge target. So let's see. There's a lot of different options. I'm not gonna walk through them. I just want to see what Nails clicks. 15 seconds left. Nails has 10 seconds left. Nails is locked in his move. Eduardo Carping has 150 seconds left. Here we go. I mean, this turn obviously going to go a long way into determining this match. Nails' Pokemon will move first. It's going to be the Starmie as he clamps. Well, I was not expecting that one at all. It's going to clamp. Back to Alakazam. Starmie's clamped. This is a 2 KO range for Seismic Toss. It's just going to go back to the Chansey. Really tough. Maybe he was just supposed to explode. He Psychics here. As a softball. Would have wanted that. Had to go closer there. Kenix probably just spam Seismic Toss here. Psychic. On Thunder Wave, so that would have been another turn to try to go to the Cloyster. But I don't think this one is looking probably over at this point. The Cloyster Clamp turn, very interesting. I mean, it ended up just doing basically nothing. I mean, maybe if the Starmie... I mean, even if the Starmie's exploded, right, it's like this Chansey still just walls forever. You're going to run out of Psychics, and now you're slower than Tauros. I mean, if Cloyster rests up, maybe. That turned definitely less climactic than I thought it was. I won't lie. I wonder if we see maybe Kenix goes Tauros here, or goes Rhydon. I was going to say his Nails. Like, Psychics think it's a crit, but no. I think this one is over. That dies. Cloyster will die, and Chansey will die. And Kenix will take it 2-1 against Nails right after we finish this. Okay, I don't know why Kenix being an asshole, you're the one who missed the time. You also had to get substituted out of last year's tournament because you cannot play one set of RBY OU in 10 days. But sure, whatever. Congratulations, mechanics, and we'll see you all next time.